Hello and welcome to the Whoniverse. Now today is the 23rd of November 2017, which marks the 54th anniversary of Doctor Who, with the first episode, An Unearthly Child, being broadcast in 1963. So, to mark the occasion, I'm going to be going through 54 facts that you may not know about Doctor Who. 1. The original purpose of the roundels or round things on the TARDIS walls were to provide more creative camera angles, as the roundels could be removed to poke the camera lenses through. 2. In Day of the Doctor, the activation code for the Vortex Manipulator is 17-16-23-11-63, which is the time and date of the original broadcast of the first episode of Doctor Who. In the 24-hour clock, that's 17:16 as for the time, on the 23rd of the 11th, 1963. 3. The gas masks used in The Empty Child and The Doctor Dances were originally going to be authentic masks, made during the war. However, they contained asbestos, so for the benefit of everyone, the crew made the gas masks with the use of empty baked bean cans. Now I think we all know where the beans went. 4. One of the TARDIS's many secret keys is hidden behind a cubbyhole located above the P of the sign stating Police Public Call Box. 5. The Doctor has a respiratory bypass system, 2 hearts and the average body temperature of 15 to 16 degrees centigrade. 6. In 2009, the Doctor Who team shipped a London bus all the way to Dubai Desert for the episode Planet of the Dead. Unfortunately, while it was being unloaded off the boat, a crane dropped a cargo container on top of it and smashed the top deck to pieces. An unflappable Russell T Davies simply rewrote the script to suggest that's what happened when a bus goes through an intergalactic wormhole. 7. For the serial Fury from the Deep, the production team splashed out on an actual helicopter. But in the bar the night before filming, the pilot downed a crate of champagne and 2 bottles of brandy, swung from a chandelier which came crashing down on top of him, and then ate, yes ate, all the empty glasses. Patrick Troughton subsequently refused to take off with the lunatic. 8. The Doctor is actually qualified to be a doctor. In 1967, in the serial The Moonbase, the Doctor, played by Patrick Troughton, spent some time in a sickbay. Upon being asked by his companion, "Listen, are you really a medical doctor?" he replied, "Yes, I think I took a degree, once in Glasgow, 1888, I think." 9. The Fourth Doctor's iconic scarf was created by accident. James Asherson, the series costume designer, is supposed to have provided several balls of yarn for a knitter to choose from while making a normal-sized scarf of the Doctor. Instead, she knitted the lot into one single gigantic item. While Asherson displayed the keen eye that would later win him 3 Oscars for costume design, decided to keep it. It became an instant hit. 10. Internal memos from the BBC's original series, unearthed in 2010, describe the metaphysical change of the Doctor's regeneration as an experience in which he relives some of the most unendurable moments of his long life. It is, continues the memos, as if he had the LSD drug and instead of experiencing the kicks, he has the hell and dank horror which can be its effect. 11. There are a few exceptions, but the 11th Doctor's bow tie is a different colour depending on what time period he travels to. If he travels to the past, he wears a blue bow tie, and if the episode is set in the future, he wears red. This is linked to the idea in 2005 of these colours representing what time era the TARDIS is going to with the changing colour of the time vortex. 12. The TARDIS is designed to be piloted by 6 people. 13. When Russell T Davies was filming the first series of the revived Doctor Who in 2005, the anagram Torchwood was used to label the series tapes so that no information about their contents would leak out. When he was offered the opportunity to spin off a post-Watershed series from the Doctor Who material, Davies was so fond of the anagram he decided to keep it. 14. Prior to 1973, the key to the TARDIS looked much like an ordinary Yale key. In fact, it wasn't an ordinary Yale key. John Pertwee, however, wanted something fancier, so helped create the copper spade-like key that made its first appearance in The Time Warrior. 15. In the episode The Doctor Falls, Stephen Moffat chose floor number 507 as the place where the final showdown would take place, because Russell T Davies was fond of using 57 as a nice random sounding number. When people want to exaggerate a number, they always have a favourite number. Russell always used 57. Always 57. 16. Keen to explore the idea of a more, unusual companion, Tom Baker's helpful suggestions for fellow TARDIS travellers included a parrot, a frog, a fox, a badger, a grossly overweight woman who would be forced to wheeze around after him, and a talking cabbage. Let's just say he never got his request. 17. In 1984, with Peter Davison leaving, a story was conceived called Planet of Fire, in which the Master would be killed off, and in his last dying moments the Master would plead with the Doctor to save him, saying, "Doctor, help me. I'll give you anything in creation. Would you show no mercy to your own brother?" However, John Nathan Turner anticipated some fan backlash from this, and so the last word brother was cut. Subsequently, the Master gave us instead a tantalising idea about what connection the Doctor and the Master have. Incidentally, Russell T Davies made a direct joke to the idea of the two Time Lords being brothers, in The Sound of Drums. Martha Jones asks the Doctor if the Master is his evil brother, to which the Doctor responds, "You've been watching too much TV." 18. In the episode Rose, we discover the Doctor can speed read, as he picks up a book in Rose Tyler's flat and flicks through it saying, sad ending, as if he's read it in one swoop. 19. Rose is the first Doctor Who story in which you can see the inside of the TARDIS from the outside. Previously, when the Doctor entered the police box, all you could see were shadows, but the console and walls of the interior were plainly visible as the Doctor enters and leaves, setting a template that still exists today. It is also the first time the outer doors of the TARDIS are visible from the console room. 20. The TARDIS exterior prop was modified around May 1967 when the doors were refitted and the telephone sign panel was reattached. On the wrong side. This unusual sight can be first seen in The Evil of the Daleks. 21. Hollywood has never known what on earth to do with Doctor Who, so has mostly left him alone. But in the 80s, according to the book now on the big screen, The Unofficial and Unauthorized Guide to Doctor Who at the Cinema, Paramount Pictures considered making a Doctor Who film with the Moonwalker-era Michael Jackson, and their second choice was Bill Cosby. 22. The iconic noise the TARDIS makes when dematerializing was made using a backdoor key and some piano string. 23. Sidney Newman, the original creator of Doctor Who, wanted to save Doctor Who's dwindling viewing figures in the 80s by introducing a female incarnation of the Doctor. 24. On the 5th of July 2008, Series 4's finale Journey's End became the first Doctor Who episode ever to top the week's TV ratings, a mere 45 years, 7 months and 13 days after the show's first episode had aired. 25. Graham Norton has made 2 unscheduled appearances in Doctor Who. In the first episode of the revived show in 2005, the Irishman could be heard gabbing away over the scene in which the Doctor makes his very first appearance, after someone accidentally left an audio circuit open, from the Strictly Dance Fever studio. 5 years later, a cartoon Norton could be seen running all over Matt Smith's first ever cliffhanger, and an animated graphic for upcoming talent search show Over the Rainbow. The BBC received 5,000 complaints about the unexpected intrusion, and a Dalek took its revenge by exterminating Norton on his chat show a couple of weeks later. 26. If you search on Google Maps for the Earl's Court police box and use Google Street View, you can enter the 11th Doctor's TARDIS interior set and walk around as much as you like. The set was later inherited by the 12th Doctor, who added numerous changes. 27. Stephen Fry wrote a Doctor Who episode for the Russell T Davies era, but it was too complicated to fit the series and was replaced with Fear Her. 28. David Tennant had to rewatch his own episodes to get the voice right for the 2009 specials, as he apparently couldn't remember how to perform the voice without his Scottish accent. 29. A lot of music was composed especially for The Day of the Doctor by Murray Gold. However, the production team elected to use some well-loved musical themes for certain sections. This meant some of the music came in handy for future broadcasts, such as the theme called Song for Four, which had been intended for the moment when the curator meets the Doctor towards the end of the story, but it was instead used in Deep Breath when the 12th Doctor and Clara return to the modern day, and she receives a phone call from the 11th Doctor. 30. When it came time for the famous Daleks to be designed, Ridley Scott, yes that Ridley Scott, was working as a designer at the BBC and was originally slated for the job. Due to a scheduling conflict, however, Scott was unavailable and the job went to Raymond Cusick instead. 31. The original voice actor of the Daleks became the voice of Zippy on Rainbow. 32. The actress April Walker was originally cast in the role of Sarah Jane Smith, the 3rd Doctor's companion. She was given a contract and began rehearsals with John Pertwee. But it soon became apparent that the pair did not have the necessary chemistry and were an odd physical pairing. Elizabeth Sladen received the role after a recommendation from a BBC producer, and a successful meeting with Pertwee in which he stood behind her and gave producer Barry Letts the thumbs up. 33. The Time Lord took on the Metropolitan Police and there could only be one winner. As in 2002, after a 6-year battle, the Patent Office declared that the exterior design of the TARDIS could be patented by the BBC for the use on Doctor Who related merchandise. 34. When the series was revived in 2005, there was a very real chance that the Daleks themselves were going to be exterminated. The estate of Terry Nation, who was co-creator of the Daleks, owns their copyright and to begin with was unable to come to an agreement with the BBC with regards to editorial control. However, after a lengthy dispute in which the estate accused the BBC of trying to ruin the brand of the Daleks, fortunately, the Daleks returned. Anthony Weiner, the spokesman for the Doctor Who Appreciation Society, was relieved, saying Doctor Who without Daleks would be like Morecambe without Wise or Wimbledon without strawberries. 35. Within the Doctor Who universe timeline, the longest-serving companion to the Doctor in terms of years is actually a Cyberman head called Handles, but there are some arguments that the door from the opening act of the episode Heaven Sent is the longest-serving. 36. The Doctor has great hand-eye coordination, being able to use the TARDIS key to open the TARDIS door while tumbling down to Earth, and having pinpoint accuracy with a Satsuma. 37. When we see the TARDIS interior at the beginning of the episode The 11th Hour, the console had to be rebuilt from the explosive finale of The End of Time. The glass column which represents the time rotor had been damaged by the pyrotechnics during the regeneration scene. 38. The sound effect used for the roar of the Yeti in the serial Web of Fear was created using the sound of a toilet being flushed. 39. In the episode Husbands of River Song, it's revealed the TARDIS has a secret drinks cabinet. However, it was discovered in reality during Tom Baker's final years as the Doctor. He kept an alcoholic beverage on the TARDIS set. 40. Okay, here goes. David Tennant's wife, Georgia, played his daughter in The Doctor's Daughter. In real life, she's the daughter of Peter Davison, which means the Doctor's daughter is actually the Doctor's wife and his daughter. And the fifth Doctor is his own father-in-law, on account of his son-in-law playing an older version of himself, then marrying his daughter, who he met while she was playing his daughter. 41. Georgia, the daughter of the actor who portrayed the fifth Doctor, Peter Davison, and Lucy, the daughter of the actor who portrayed the sixth Doctor, Colin Baker, were in the same class at school. 42. While returning from location filming, Elizabeth Sladen was so keen not to miss Part 3 of The Android Invasion from 1975 that Tom Baker stopped the coach in the middle of a suburban Surrey street and marched a small party of cast and crew up to the nearest front door. "Hello, my dear," he beamed at the woman who answered. "I'm the Doctor, and this is Sarah. We wondered if we might be able to watch ourselves on your television tonight." The following year, Baker repeated the trick, settling down to watch an episode of The Deadly Assassin with a dumbfounded young family in Preston, having knocked on their door while travelling home from the Doctor Who exhibition in Blackpool. Seems like someone would do anything to avoid buying a TV licence. 43. The agent who discovered Matt Smith as a young actor played the second Doctor's companion, Zoe Harriet. 44. In the episode Closing Time, Craig and Sophie's child Alfie was played by 7 babies in total. The character was originally written as a girl called Grace, later changed to Tess, and the crucial inclusion of the Doctor's dialogue with Alfie/Stormageddon was added at the last minute by Stephen Moffat, having come up with it while writing A Good Man Goes to War. Stephen also wrote the final 2 scenes to make them work with the overarching story of River Song. 45. In the Doctor Who universe, the TARDIS was grown, not built. 46. In a deleted scene from the episode Journey's End, the 10th Doctor gives the Metacrisis Doctor and Rose a piece of the TARDIS. Donna explains that they can use it to grow themselves a real TARDIS. 47. John Pertwee, the 3rd Doctor, helped design his iconic Whomobile, which is actually road legal. 48. Peter Capaldi played a Doctor at the Who research facility in film World War Z. Capaldi would go on to become the 12th Doctor within 2 years of the film's release. 49. The episodes Human Nature and Blink are adapted from books, with Human Nature being of the same name, but Blink being based on a story written by Stephen Moffat, known as What I Did on My Christmas Holidays by Sally Sparrow. 50. In the Doctor Who universe, there are numerous types of TARDIS, including the Type 44, Type 40, and Type 70, as well as Battle TARDISes. 51. Stephen Moffat posted a Doctor Who theory in a chat room in 1995, which actually turned into an episode, as Moffat theorised that the phrase Doctor in our society could have been taken from the character and put into our society from him. This is briefly explored in the episode A Good Man Goes to War as River Song confronts the Doctor. 52. Russell T Davies mentions going to the cinema and watching 3 films back to back while struggling with a logistical problem over the 3rd series of Torchwood. One of the films was Disney Pixar's WALL-E, and for a short while afterwards, he was inspired by it to include a small robot in an episode, The Waters of Mars. As such, Gadget was born. 53. Matt Smith was not only bald during the production of Time of the Doctor, but he also injured his knee, requiring an operation. And 54. Doctor Who is the longest running science fiction television show with a mind-blowing 54 years from 1963 to the present day. And there we go. That was 54 facts you may not have known about Doctor Who. I hope you enjoyed this video, and here's to the next 54 years. If you liked this video, please click the like button and subscribe to see more videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.